Hey there, viewers, it's Charlie on Mac again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Legacy United Quake. Now, this is a figure that I've been quite excited for ever since I first found out that they were doing this guy. Because I think there was a leaked listing that showed this guy. So, yeah. And the reason that I've been quite excited is because, well, the previous Quake figure, which was in Time's Return, honestly, to me, didn't really look that much like Quake. And that's because it was just hard-headed in a different color and a new head sculpt. I mean, it's still a pretty cool looking figure, but honestly, it just looked like a darker colored hard head to me. So, how's this figure? Well, starting off with the box. Of course, we've got the standard Legacy United box. So we've got Quake right there. And he's got his Target Master partners. And we've got the names right here. So we've got Quake, Heater, and Tiptop. So that's such a British name. I freaking love it. We've got all three names right there. And they're all from the G1 universe. And we can see that they're just running Quake right there. Just so we got Quake just pointing his target masters at someone. Of course, we've got his face right there. This side, we've got one half of the mural. This is the side that's got Thundertron. The back, we've got Quake in both modes. Got Tiptop and Heater. And you can hold them like this, if you want. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. And well, moving on to the figure. Well, that's certainly a tank mode. But yeah, apparently this is meant to be a very, very heavy retooling of Skullgrin. Yes, Skullgrin. And yeah, I can actually see it because got the arms right there, which look like Skullgrins. Got the chest right there, but the rest, like they did. It's like what I said in my previous review, which was the War for Cybertron's soldier figure. Like they just completely remodeled the vehicle mode here. Like, if you didn't know that this is a retool of Skullgrin, you probably wouldn't tell because, like, quickly bring in Skullgrin. We'll do a full-on comparison later. These two have entirely different alternate modes. But honestly, I think the retooling does come at a bit of a sacrifice because, like, the arms just sticking out is a bit awkward. And other people have said that this tank mode's a bit iffy looking. And, well, I do like how this looks. I do see where these complaints are coming from because, well, this is a separate part. Lose that and we just have this rolling platform, I guess. It's like one of those things you see in the rolling battleship levels in Mario 3. But still, I do kind of like this tank mode, like more than most at least. But I do get where the complaints are coming from. But let's actually look at the tank mode here. So we do have the turret, which, well, this is actually pretty nicely detailed. We've got rivets here if you want to count them. Got some ports here for the target masters. We've got some hatches here. We've got the turret, which for blast effect compatibility. Yep. This does take a blast effect so he can shoot at someone. So there's that. course, the front, which is just the arms. But the sides here, these treads look really nice. You've got a port here if you want to plug in the Target Masters. And the tread detailing even follows onto the underneath, which, well, unfortunately there's no rolling wheels, so you can't really roll them along. You just have to slide them along, but still. The back is where I feel it falls apart, because, yeah, that's just the chest hanging out right there. And that's just the crotch right there. But still, I do kind of like how this tank mode looks. It's not the best tank mode, but I still kind of like how this looks. Worse than most people, to be honest. And plus, I do appreciate how the bottom looks quite complete rather than just having the face showing. Now, for this guy's accessories, well, we do have a few. For one, I'm pretty sure this is packed separately in the box, so you can count this. I don't know if you want to give it to somebody else. Create some weird Evo fusion weapon with this. I don't know. Go nuts with that. But the main accessories are his Target Masters. So here we have Tiptop and Heater. And they're just straight up recreations of their G1 toys. Just like with Needle Nose's partners. So, yeah, they don't move whatsoever. Now, you could complain about that and say, oh, they should have articulation because the Battle Masters did that, but keep in mind, they had a budget to stick to. If these guys were straight up Battle Masters, then this guy would be even more compromised. So I can see why they went this route. And honestly, I think I like these guys more than the partners that came with Needle Nose. I can't remember the names off the top of my head, but I kind of like them a bit more. Maybe it's because like Heater's got some blue on him, and I freaking love blue. I don't know. But yeah, to get these guys into gun mode, we're just going to flip out their turrets. And that's about it. And then these can just plug onto here. So if you want to clutter up the tank mode, then there you go. So that's a lot of firepower, because now we have, yeah, that's 4 tank barrels now. And yes, these all can take blast effects. So, yeah. Or you can put them on top of each other, put them on the sides, combine them with Needle Nose's partners, just do whatever. Now, for some quick comparisons, first of all, here is with fellow double Target Master Needle Nose. Unfortunately, I was a bit too late to get Spinister because I joined around like Kingdom when it came to collecting Chug figures, but maybe they'll reissue Spinister one day. Like, I don't know, but still, these look really good together. So we got these two, Spinister and Scoop back in there filling 30. So all we need now are Landfill and Quick Mix. Hopefully in Age of the Primes. Fingers crossed. Here he is with the original mold. Here is a Skullgrin, so you can see just how much retooling they've done, because even time to figure around, because the back of Skullgrin is on the front of Quake. So, yeah. And again, you can just see how much retooling they've done to make it. Like, these are two entirely different tank modes. Like, oh my god. It's like what I said with the soldier being a retool of barricade. They changed it to be an entirely different kind of tank. So yeah. And thankfully, this guy gets rid of all the rubberized parts that Skullgrin had. And finally, here he is with the Times Return Quake figure. And yeah, you can see how Times Return Quake was. Yeah, it's hard-hitting Quake's colors. And that's why I was pining for a new Quake figure that was exactly like the original G1 figure. Speaking of which, here is G1 Quake, so you can see how close this tries to replicate the G1 figure. I would say it's nearly there, just the turret is a bit iffy on the new figure, because on the G1 figure, the turret formed the arms, whereas on the Legacy figure, the arms are just on the front of the tank here, but still, pretty close recreation. And for Times Return Quake, it's a pretty cool, like, I guess, version of Quake. Like, if you want it to be Viacon Quake from the... I'm pretty sure it's the 3H comics. Then you can use it for that. Alright, enough waffling around. Let's get this guy transformed. So, the transformation on this guy is kind of interesting. Like, the upper half is pretty much how Skullgrin transforms, but the lower half is... well, you have to see it for yourself. So to start off, I'm just going to take the turret here and just fold it up, like so. Next, I'm just going to take the arms here and just untab them from the tank. So we just want to try and get the upper body untabbed from the treads here. Because like they tab into these bits here on the side. So just try and get these untabbed. There we go. So we can lift this up. Then lift the legs up. Then just straighten all this out. Like so. Split the arms. Then just like with Skullgrin, open up the chest, spin this around. Well, first of all, push the shoulders down. Then just spin all this around and close the chest back up. Get the hands out. And already we've got a pretty funny fan mode. And I like to dub this fan mode Destroyer, because it's pretty reminiscent. Well, this is pretty reminiscent of Destroyer's tread leg mode from GoBots. Hell, I think someone even made a custom of Destroyer from this figure recently, so... But yeah, if you want to do this, then there you go. But, continuing on. Get these bits of the treads upwards. Get the feet down. Take these bits of the treads and fold them in. And this is actually the hardest bit, is trying to straighten out the legs. There we go. Just try and get this tabbed in. Right, I think I forgot a step. So, like, one thing you should do is actually try and spin these treads around. And then they just go like that. Then just extend this out like so. So if we just do the same here. So this bit of the tread sits like that. Then that just goes in like so. Then once this closes up, this should clip into this bit of the tread here. If all goes well. Same here. So everything, there we go. So now we can straighten out his knees. And there we go. So here we have Quake in robot mode. And to be honest, that transformation is kind of fun. Or at least it is in my opinion. Other people might find it a bit fiddly, and to be honest, I do agree that the way that the legs transform is quite fiddly. Like when I first transformed him, I did pop one of the legs off the joint by accident, but once you get it all figured out, then yeah, the transformation can be quite fun. And then, as I showed, it does allow for some fan modes. So yeah, and the resulting robot mode is, well, it's Quake, alright. So he's no longer just a recolored hardhead. He actually looks like how he did in the G1 Twilight. Like he has this on the back, which if you want you can take this off. So if you want to give him a weaponizer, then you got this port here in the back. The head sculpt, that's definitely Quake's head. The chest, which, yeah, quickly checking that they did retool the chest from Skullgrin. And yeah, like overall, I quite like how this looks. Especially the way that the treads from the underneath of the figure, they're now on full display as the legs. So yeah. And of course we can give him his target masters. I know, like they can be underslung like so, or you can just hold them normally. Or as the box shows, like this, which I don't know why you do that, but so we got this. And yeah, that was pretty good. Especially with the Blaster Effect compatibility. Or we can plug some on the feet there. Because why not? So, yeah. Plus, putting this guy with Needle Nose, along with his partners. Again, these two look really good together. And it just makes me wish that Spinister had his partners instead of those two generic guns, but I don't know, maybe they'll reissue Spinister with them, like, I don't know, but still. Plus, here he is with the original use of the mold, so here he is with Skullgrin. And I think Quake is Quake is taller. So somehow they made the mold taller with Quake. That's honestly amazing. But you can see, again, just how much retooling they've done. I think the only things that they kept the same are the forearms, maybe the hands, and the biceps. Those are the only things, aside from the back, that have been kept the same. Everything else entirely new. Well, the feet, I think the feet as well, but still. Like, the fact that these are retools of each other is just amazing. And once again, here he is with Times Return Quake. Now, I know some people are going to prefer the Times Return figure, and that's entirely fair. Like, I do like how the Times Return figure looks, but honestly, I definitely like how the Legacy figure looks. And well, here's G1 Quake, so you can see how he looks with the new update. And yeah, this figure is pretty much a full-on, like, a modern update of the G1 figure with articulation. So, yeah. And speaking of articulation, let's move on to that. Now, of course, for these guys' articulation, get Tiptop off. Yeah, there's no posability in these guys whatsoever, so... But for Quake, the head can go side to side. And that's about it. Arms can do a full 360. He can T-pose. Got a bicep rotation there. He's got a more than 90 degrees at the elbow there. There's nothing at the hand, but it can go down for some sword wielding poses. Waist can rotate. He can kick forward. He can kick back. He can do the splits. Rotation there at the thigh. He's got a knee joint there. And pretty good ankle pivot. So, yeah. That's pretty much all I've got to say about this figure. Or should it be figures? Now, for complaints, well, I think there are some complaints that are from Skullgrin, like, these can come off during transformation if you're not careful, which was a complaint that I have with Skullgrin. Plus, the leg transformation as a whole can be a bit confusing, because you have to spin around this section of the tread for this back section or front section to tab into. So yeah, that can be a bit confusing. And also, the tank mode does look a bit weird. Although I do still quite like it. But to be fair, I am quite easy to please, so... But should you get this? Like, say you have Times Return Quake and you don't know if you should upgrade to this guy or not. Well, that's entirely on you, but if you don't have a Quake, then absolutely I recommend this, because this is a really fun figure. Honestly, I think it's better than Skullgrin. I'm probably saying that because Skullgrin has those really weird rubberized parts that I don't like, but I just really like this guy. I know, but this is giving me hope that we get a Quake mix in a landfill soon. So, yeah. If you don't have a Quake already, then I definitely recommend this. But if you're happy with the Times Return figure, then, well, this is still a really nice figure. But if you're happy with the Times Return figure, then, well, good on you. So, this has been my review on Legacy United Quake, and this is Charlie Young, signing off.